This is really bad. Take a look and we'll discuss.
About it, like, regardless of that conversation, because I think it's stupid between the better players.
I think Angel Reese want to sell. Yeah, I think Angel Reese really don't want to play basketball. I think she want to sell.
Nah.
She trying to look, Chuck.
She coming out too sexual.
Dub, nah, I ain't gonna let you do that one.
You ain't?
She's trying to. I'm trying to have us at the WNBA All-Star.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's your take.
Now, B.A. don't never defend the WNBA, so for him to do this, I love this.
I think she's just trying to make sure she don't look like a dude. Like, she's trying to keep it like
She's trying to brand outside of basketball.
Yeah, like, I'm a woman. I like men.
She tapping into that side. She tapping into that side of it.
No, she not. Yeah. It's so many. It's a WNBA player that look like me and you. So she's trying to make it seem like
more girly.
Yeah,
she's trying to make it more like you can still be attracted to.
You ain't got to be left-handed to play the W. Basically, what she's saying.
It's a Charleston White and a BN on the FIFA right there. Ooh, she's trying to switch the narrative, bro.
I'll take that, dude.
And they dress it like this. So.
I'll take that. But I still think she need to do OnlyFans, like Shaq said. She need to dunk in her panties. Shaq told her that. Shaq told her she needed to go dunk in her panties.
Let's pause here. Who is that man? You might know him, you might not. His name is Charleston White. And he is a dude that celebrates Donald Trump winning the presidency, dresses up in Confederate flags, and believes hurting women is the way to handle them.
Yeah. Give me some free game. Like, how would you approach a woman like Brittany?
You gotta handle her rough. You gotta be a dominant man to deal with Brittany Renner.
When you say rough, you're not talking about domestic violence, rough.
Yeah, domestic violence.
No, man, no.
Yeah, well, you asked. I'm telling you, she one of them ones you gotta kick in the ass sometime. Slap her across her head, sit down somewhere.
No.
Man, ain't B and Uncle Curtis done it, and they stayed together 40, 50 years. All good relationships, somebody gotta take kicking somewhere in the relationship. That's the only way y'all gonna stay together.
Right, we're gonna cut that out.
Man, ask that. Man, everybody got to whoop. Man, you can't tell you can't whoop his when she getting out of line. She the kind of hoe you got to
So
whoop.
the woman that you was with, you put your hands on your woman?
I will.
I think the WNBA should be canceled. Yeah, I hate the WNBA. Can't dunk no balls. Yeah, I hate them WNBA.
I ain't the reason why we just start setting. I be looking at the way she dressed. She don't want to play basketball. She got that spirit. Is she a basketball player? Don't no woman play basketball. Them bulldogs. don't no real woman shoot no hoop. They learn home economics. All the lesbian bulldogs be play. Yeah, so she sells some to get you OnlyFans. She'll make way more money OnlyFans than trying to shoot a jump shot.
Yeah, she's transitioning, man. I mean, she was open. She said that she only makes $74,000 a year. But she makes more money.
Man, give me some. I'll get her that. I'll double that a year. And we ain't got to all the time. Yeah, we just sometime and hang out. But no, man, she ain't transitioning. She really want to be. Look how she dressed.
So just to be clear, this is who the Club 520 podcast decided to platform. And hey, just a quick break in the action. You should go subscribe to my new show, The Rick Strom Show. I'm going to be interviewing people from sports, music, journalists, authors, sports doctors. It's going to be fantastic. Please go subscribe. Thank you.
It's wild for saying that.
Y'all, stop.
I'm with you, Shaq. I'm with you. Some lace panties. Not no boy shorts. I'm with you, Shaq.
Johnson said not the boy shorts?
No, dunk in some panties with no bra on. Watch what them numbers do. That's how you sell tickets.
Nah, we don't need that. That's why we got Caitlin. Caitlin keeping it cool.
Yeah, Caitlin keeping it cool.
You know what I mean? It's girls that look like Caitlin that are straight. She's trying to say, hey, I have a man. You know what I mean? Push that narrative.
Yeah, y'all call it. That's
Angel Reese is trying to push some sex appeal to the WNBA. Like
they ain't all sucking when they on the road. Yeah, most of them hoes sucking on the road.
What mass majority of them are for sure.
Yeah. They putting pressure on the ones that ain't.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Pause once more. Let me ask a quick question here. Y'all want to go to the WNBA All-Star Game? If you wished to be there and you would like to be there and stay in the good graces of the league, Why would you have this individual on your show? It's a simple question.
Shout out to the WNBA, man. All-Star game coming soon. We trying to tap in. We need it back. It's in NAP too. You got to pull back up the W All-Star game, man.
You can go sit down and talk to him about that.
Man, I ain't finna watch no play no basketball.
Come on, man. Oh, we got to go.
I ain't finna watch no play no basketball.
It's getting better.
This ain't got nothing to do with the podcast. They can't dunk. Yeah, can't none of them jump from the
They
field.
are dunking now, though. It's a couple of them. You gotta watch it, bro. You
gotta tap in.
It's
Like, you
getting
know
better.
who Juju Watkins
Man,
is?
we need an OnlyFans WNBA game. Yeah, then I tune in, but I ain't finna watch them long leg women run up and down the court with them, with them knees. Yeah, man, with them knees.
Now, those who have followed the W for years, decades even, and covered the league are, well, peeved.
The video opened up with them saying Angel Reese don't want to be a basketball player. She needs to go sell her coochie and she needs to be on OF. Angel Reese is 22 years old. We know her from her college career. And it's just like, at what point are these black men with platforms, especially in sports? Because in that same conversation, they were like, all right, we need to chill because we want to go to WNBA All-Star Weekend. Are you joking? Why would any black man feel comfortable speaking or joking about Angel Reese like that? Why is that funny? And I feel like I'm the party pooper and I am taking shit too serious and I'm always the woman defender. I feel like I need to get contracted as the Angel Reese defense attorney at this point because I don't understand why people feel comfortable talking about her the way that they do. I don't get it. And it's like every time I see one of these videos, it's a group of black men. And I'm thinking, do y'all not have sisters? Like, if my older brother were in a conversation like that and men were speaking that way about me, he would beat ass. He would whoop ass. What? And I'm not even gonna go on a rant and go off on them or insult them or try to get them canceled. I'm not. Because people think that shit's funny. And it's just like, what are we gonna do? Angel, I hope you keep getting paid off this because it is so weird.
Like Mariah Rose.
So Charleston White says the most disgusting things, and the whole time the host of this podcast, the three other guys, are just laughing. And sometimes they're like, hey, but they're not even putting up much of a protest at all. So here's what was said. Charleston starts by implying that Angel Reese is gay for Caitlin Clark, that she wants to see her, and that she's too sexual. Then one of the hosts, this guy, is like, hey, we want to get invited to WNBA All-Stars, not too much on that. One of the other hosts then clarifies that Angel's just trying to make sure that everyone knows that she likes men and that she is a woman. This guy then goes into, I'm not learning names, I don't care. He goes into about how WNBA players, they look like you or me, pointing to the guys, like WNBA players look like men.
Let's pause again. That video is courtesy of Coach Jackie on TikTok.
By the way, through all of these comments, they can't stop laughing. This is hilarious to them. Like, he'll say something and they'll be like, hey, that's inappropriate, through laughter. And barely trying to stop it. And then going into the fact that, it's wrong that they're all gay and that they need to have some straight rep in the WNBA. And this guy brings up Brittany Griner and how she particularly does not look like a woman, how they think a woman should look. And then he says that she should have not been released from prison. By the way, through all of these comments, they can't stop laughing. This is hilarious to them. Like, he'll say something and they'll be like, hey, that's inappropriate, through laughter. And barely trying to stop it. And then going into the fact that, it's wrong that they're all gay and that they need to have some straight rep in the WNBA. And this guy brings up Brittany Griner and how she particularly does not look like a woman, how they think a woman should look. And then he says that she should have not been released from prison. Truly disgusting. So for a few minutes at the start of their end of the year video, they do apologize. And this is the summary of the apology. The first thing he says, Jeff Teague, in his apology, is that some things, this is a quote, were taken out of context.
No, it wasn't taken out of context, Jeff. And I respect your game. And I think your show at times is fantastic. This was a huge miss. A big swing and a big miss. Nothing was taken out of context because you provided the context. You gave this man a seat and a microphone. You platformed the context, Jeff.
Very interesting, very interesting. They also said they talk about women's basketball more than any other podcast. So we should give them their flowers for that. Are you kidding me?
You know what this reminds me of? Remember when Stephen A. Smith had that verbal spar session with Monica McNutt on First Take? McNutt got the better of Stephen A. Talking about how they could have done this years ago by talking about the W, but the only time they do it is with Caitlin Clark. And Stephen A. then went on his Stephen A. Smith show, right? And he decided to say, you wouldn't know about Kimberly Martin, and you wouldn't know about Andrea Carter, and you wouldn't know about Monica McNutt, and you wouldn't know about Shanae Ogwumike if it wasn't for me. I'm the reason you know about all of these fine voices that I have platformed because it's all me. And I've been talking about the WNBA longer than anybody else has. Like I stated previously and will reiterate again, the WNBA hasn't been talked about by other people for way longer who dedicate their lives to discussing the game that you decide to talk about once Caitlin Clark is a thing. I mean, that's when the show really picked up steam. And that's the only time that you and Shannon Sharp really ever delved into it. That was it. So miss me with all that because people have been doing it for many, many years. Many, many years. Longer than you have, actually. So I find this to be very disrespectful that Jeff Teague would pull the, I've been talking about the W longer than anybody else has. No, you haven't. You haven't. I respect your game, but again, woof.
And he even said he had no idea this was happening until somebody told him about it. Like, after it happened on the live stream, they weren't ashamed. They weren't thinking, oh, God, a lot of people just saw that because they were in their boys' club. Oh, I forgot. They also gave Angel her props. They said that she's setting an example for straight girls that want to know they can be pretty and play basketball. Just kind of doubling down on what they said in the first clip about how basically all gay women are ugly and gross and basically men. And as Angel Reese, she's has straight vibes, so we'll give her that. The way they weave in the homophobia into the misogyny is genuinely unprecedented and impressive. It's crazy work.
So let's learn something from this, shall we? Let's learn that in 2025, you don't give a microphone to people like this because you know what they're about. This man has a laundry list of deplorable comments that are incredibly misogynistic. And yet you think it's a good idea because your fans want him on the show. And this was on your Patreon. So let me see if I got this straight. If your fans want Charleston White on the show, you know what that means? It means that a large portion of them really like what Charleston White has to say, probably agree with more than 80% of what he says in degrading women, and there was no point in having a WNBA-focused conversation with that deplorable man. But you did it. You stepped in it and you did it. And what I find to be very interesting is the apology has even been bad. Like, at this point, just own it and be done. Be done. Because the more that you try to right this wrong, which is a big wrong, you're just stepping in it again and again and again. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.